Alright, so I figured I'd go ahead and make a mod list on my Mustang. I had made one a long time ago, but there's been plenty of stuff that has changed on this car since then. But I figured I'd go ahead and give you guys a little updated list of everything that's done to it. So this is my 2001 Mustang GT. It is the 4.6 2-valve, but I have had this car for a little over 6 years now. Obviously, as you can tell, there is tons of stuff that's done to this car and tons of time and money that has went into it. But I'm going to go ahead and start in the front of the car and try to work my way back. There's probably going to be some stuff that I do end up missing, but I'm going to go ahead and start off with the front. So I did go ahead and do some clear corner headlights. Now these are actually cheaper on Amazon, and I do have them linked in the description down below, and you can go ahead and save some money instead of finding it from a different place. But I did those with some clear corners, and then I went ahead and did a Mach 1 grille and a Mach 1 grille delete, and then along with that I did the Mach 1 chin spoiler. I think this front end just really cleans up everything and it makes it a really good OEM plus type of look. That was kind of my whole goal with this car, is just an OEM plus type of build and just overall a really fun cruiser and still be able to perform pretty decent. But if you go ahead and come to the side, you can see that I am lowered on some springs. These are the iBox 4-line lowering springs. I think they are like 1.5 inch drop on all corners, but I did do that, and then paired with it I do have the SVE cast camera plates along with the orange Coney shocks and struts. Obviously you can't see that stuff, but that's just some stuff to help improve the ride quality and be able to dial in the alignment after you lower the car. And also you can see that I do have some wheels and tires that's on it. These are SVE Series 1s from LMR. They are in the gloss silver, and I think these are decent wheels for the price. No, they're not necessarily the best option out there in my opinion, but for a cheap option I do think they're really good. It's an 18x9 in the front, and then you have an 18x10 in the rear. Now the front is wrapped up in a 265 35/18. I think it's a Michelin Pilot All Season 4, I think, on the front. And then I have the Michelin Super Sports in the rear. This is on a 295 35/18 tire, so it's a little bit wider. Doesn't necessarily give you as much poke as you would probably want, but it is still good enough that if you're lowered on this setup, that you're not having to roll the fenders or do any kind of cutting or anything. So that's kind of why I went with this size. And realistically, the car doesn't make enough power to have really wide tires on it, so I figured I'd go ahead and keep it pretty simple. And if you go ahead and take a peek, you will be able to see that I do have some brakes that are upgraded. Now it's kind of hard to see because of the lighting, but I went ahead and put in some Bayer brakes. Now these are slotted and drilled on all 4 corners, and I tried my best to be able to paint match the calipers just for the time being. I went ahead and painted the caliper brackets and the dust shield and everything, and I think it turned out pretty decent. Figured if I ever did want to switch up the color, I could go ahead and switch that up in the future. But they were just really needing to be repainted and touched up a little bit, so I did go ahead and do that. Now this is a pretty entry-level brake kit still. I'd categorize it as a little bit better than a power stop kit in my opinion, because I heard so many things of those things cracking, and I do drive this car a little bit harder on some back roads, so I figured I'd go ahead and upgrade to this one. I figured I'd get a little bit more use out of these than any other kit. Along with that, I do have some higher performance brake pads from them. I'm not really sure which ones I did go with. I can't remember off the top of my head. And while we're on the topic of the side of the car, you can go ahead and tell that I did do some tint. Now I have 20% tint everywhere except for on the windshield. And I still would like to eventually tint the windshield, but not sure when I'll do that. You can't really see because of lighting, but you can maybe hardly see that there is a vinyl strip right here. That's just because of the dotted lines, and if you tinted that, it would end up peeling, and obviously it wouldn't be able to stick. Coming to the rear of the car, there's really not much done that you can tell. I mean, it's just an exhaust, which I will throw some exhaust clips in. But my exhaust is the stock manifolds, and then to an LAR X pipe that is catless, and then it's to Borla Stinger catback. I think this is a really good sound for the 2 valves, and it really opens it up without being too loud. Like I said, I'll go ahead and throw in some sound clips so you guys can hear it. from that, you can tell that I do have a tinted license plate cover. Just kind of helps flow with the whole tint and everything, in my opinion. And I'll go ahead and turn on the lights so you guys can see, because I do have some sequential taillights. Now, I don't remember exactly who this was from. I think it's from Raxium, but it's just something simple that just also helps add with the lighting to the car. And you can see that I do have some lighting back here, just some LED replacements. And while the lights are on, I'll go ahead and show you the front. Same thing, just LED bulbs that are matching. I didn't do the DRLs or anything. Those are still amber. And if you do need some lights, go ahead and make sure to check out Oxida.com. I do have a 15% off discount code that'll get you lights, and your car will be looking like this. I think they're some of the best lights on the market. I also did go ahead and throw the lights on the interior too, just to be able to brighten up the interior some. And while we're on the inside of the car, this is probably something that everybody usually likes. It's the flat bottom steering wheel. It's completely Alcantara with the red stripe and matching red stitching on it. I did go ahead and get this from Redline Goods. It was custom built. They did hook me up a little bit on it for a video, so I do appreciate that. And then I have some Mach 1 pedals, or Cobra pedals. I don't really remember which one it is. Kind of just helps with the whole silver theme on the car, as well as a shift knob. This is the Cobra style, so has a silver top. Just something else that matches the whole scheme. And then I have the Pioneer head unit. This one they did not make anymore because I bought it a long time ago, but it has your Bluetooth and all your same functions, and I went ahead and added a reverse camera to it also. As for seats, I'm just running the stock seats, and I did go ahead and purchase some IEP headrest, and these are the 4-way adjustable. They go up and down and tilt and everything. I think this makes the stock seats look way better if your car didn't come with it. Usually the other ones are like very small, and they're like half as big as this. But overall, the seats are still in really decent shape. The driver one is starting to see a little bit of wear, but everything else is pretty much perfect. I mean, for what it is. And then you can go ahead and see, I just have some pretty basic floor mats that are black, and they just kind of match the whole color scheme as well. And I will go ahead and pop the trunk, because this is another fan favorite. I guess I have a bulb out right there. But this is another fan favorite. It's the sub setup in the rear. So I have two 10-inch subs and a custom false floor. Now these are just two 10-inch Rockford Fosgate subs, and I have the amp that's mounted back there on the back of the seat. I have a whole video going over how I built this, so you can go check that out if you want to. It's on my channel, but that's pretty much it for back here. Don't really use my trunk that much, so that's why I don't have any cages on it or anything to help protect them. I think as far as the outside of the car, I'm pretty sure that's it, I think. Other than just clean it up really good. Did go ahead and throw an 8-inch antenna on here a long time ago too. I think it just helps because it's not so high up like the stock one. But like I said, I was just going for a really good OEM Plus type of build. That's why the car is like this. This is really just like phase one of the car. Eventually, I would like to be able to boost it and to make it a little bit lower, handle a little bit better, some more suspension goodies, and probably end up doing a different hood and front bumper. Not entirely sure. Right now I have different life goals right now. I'm trying to find some land and build a house. So right now this car is just kind of sitting as it is. It's kind of been on the back burner, but I still enjoy driving it here and there. I will go ahead and pop the hood so I can show you guys some of the other stuff. It's not much, but just simple bolt-ons. I'll go ahead and talk about some of the other stuff that you guys can't see. So I do have 373 rear end gears in the car, as well as just maintenance parts like new fuel filter and all that good stuff, and diff cover. So if we pop the hood, you can tell it's nothing special. Still the good old 462 valve. And like I said, it's just maintenance stuff like the auto air control valve, and then the heater core did blow on me one time. But there's the cast camera plates, like I said. Here's a JLT cold air intake that I added. And then I do have the Ford Performance intake manifold, just because it did crack right there near the thermostat. But as far as under the hood, I'm pretty sure that's all. I do have an adjustable clutch cable. And speaking about clutch, I do have a McLeod Super Street Pro in there. This car did used to be an automatic, and then I ended up manual swapping it. It first came with the like Powerhouse or something. I think it was an AutoZone kit. It wasn't the best clutch. It couldn't really handle the type of driving that I did. I mean, it wasn't bad. I think the throwout bearing went bad on me. I went ahead and ordered a new throwout bearing. I said, screw it, I'll just go ahead and order a whole entire new clutch. So this one that I have in there, it's rated for like 550 horsepower, and it's never given me any issues. And along with that, I did new lines and all that stuff. New rear main seal. The transmission that I did throw in there is a Tremec 3650. I got it off of eBay. It's a full entire manual swap kit. And then along with that, I did go ahead and have to have the car tuned just to be able to read that it's no longer an automatic transmission. And so the car is tuned, but it doesn't really make any power. I mean, it's just your simple bolt-on 2-valve. It just sounds good, looks good. That's pretty much about it for now. Overall, it's really just a fun cruiser, and I'm pretty happy with where it's at. I would like more power, and that's not necessarily a necessity for me right now, as it's not my daily drive or anything. It's just a car that I take out on the weekend if I want to go have fun. And a lot of the driving I do is on some curvy roads anyways, so it's plenty enough power for what I do right now. And overall, it does handle pretty decent. I would like to throw some more stuff at it, more suspension goodies, just so it handles better and performs more of how I would like it to. One last thing that I'm forgetting that the car does have, it's a Steeda Tri-X short throw shifter. It did go ahead and come with the manual swap kit, so I was very fortunate that the transmission I bought did already have something on it, so I didn't have to spend more money and putting a short throw shifter on there. I love it. It's really good, and I really don't have any complaints with it. But yeah, that's my updated mod list. There has been tons of stuff that's been done to it since I made this video last time. Like I said, it's just overall just a fun cruiser and a car to take out on the weekend right now. Once I get all that stuff sorted out, I'll probably throw either a ProCharger or a Vortec on this thing, and then I'll probably start to get a little rowdy. I'll keep it reliable for like 400 horsepower for the time being, and once I'm itching for more, I'll probably throw some rods, pistons, cams, and everything at it and try to make some more power. Either that, or I'll end up buying a Coyote and just keeping this thing as like my nice, clean, older Mustang. But let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments, and I appreciate you guys for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more, and I guess I'll catch you guys on the next one.